Most people think a billionaire's ultimate flex is a neon green supercar. But true wealth doesn't want to be seen. It wants to be untouchable. In 2023, a CEO's convoy was ambushed in traffic. The attackers had automatic weapons. The CEO didn't even spill his coffee. The gap between a bulletproof window and a rolling military fortress is wider than most people realize. One guy pays $5,000 for thicker glass. Another pays $5 million for a vehicle that can survive a drone strike. Same highway, completely different realities. Because the elite don't handle security the way normal people do. Today, I'm breaking down the 7 levels of armored vehicles, from the entry point sedans that stop handguns to the sovereign fortresses that carry their own blood supply. Let's get into it. Level 1, the factory armored sedan. This is where executive protection begins, and it's designed to make you feel secure when you haven't actually made real enemies yet. Starts around $200,000. You buy a Mercedes S-Class or a BMW 7 Series straight from the dealer, but with a VR6 ballistic certification. Thicker glass, reinforced doors, and run-flat tires. On paper, it's bulletproof. But in reality, this is the bottom of the ladder. Who buys it? The mid-market CEO or the local politician. They hear the heavy thud of the door closing and think, I'm safe. Then they realize the armor is only rated for street-level handguns and smash-and-grab robberies. If someone brings a high-powered rifle, you are just sitting in a very expensive glass box. To survive a targeted hit, you have to move up the ladder. Level 2, the tactical SUV. This is where security becomes performative. Starts around $300,000 to $500,000. Vehicles like the Rezvani Vengeance. Electrified door handles, pepper spray dispensers, strobe lights, and thermal night vision systems. You aren't just hiding, you are fighting back. This is the level where someone wants everyone on the road to know they are protected. But here is the catch most buyers ignore. By driving a vehicle that looks like it belongs in a war zone, you are advertising that you are a high-value target. It screams, "Look at me," which is the exact opposite of what true security demands. And that visibility is exactly what pushes real wealth deeper into the market. Level 3, the stealth fortress. This is where the ultra-wealthy stop showing off and start utilizing camouflage. Starts around $500,000 to $800,000. From the outside, it looks like a completely standard black Cadillac Escalade or Range Rover. But beneath the paint is a completely stripped and rebuilt B7 rated armor shell. Floor blast protection designed to absorb 2 simultaneous hand grenades. Overlapping ballistic steel that stops armor-piercing sniper rounds. The strategy here is obscurity over intimidation. If nobody knows the car is armored, nobody brings the right weapons to breach it. Who owns this? The cartel boss, the billionaire founder, the people who understand that the best defense is simply blending into traffic. Level 4, the Decoy Convoy. This is where the vehicle stops being a standalone product and becomes a system. Starts north of $1 million. We are talking 3 identical blacked-out SUVs moving in perfect synchronization. The VIP plays the shell game, switching vehicles at random before departure. But the real upgrade is invisible. Active signal jamming. The lead vehicle carries an electronic warfare suite that blocks remote detonated explosives and kills drone video feeds within a 500-yard radius. The convoy is no longer competing with a traffic jam. It is competing with coordinated ambushes and winning. The executives who deploy this aren't just trying to survive the commute. They are ensuring the hitmen don't even know which trigger to pull. Level 5, the Mobile Command Center. At this level, the architecture defies the vehicle's footprint. Starts around $1.5 million to $3 million, usually built into an extended Mercedes Sprinter van. On the outside, an airport shuttle. On the inside, a rolling boardroom. The most jarring detail? Independent life support. If the convoy is hit with chemical gas, the cabin seals perfectly, deploying a completely independent oxygen supply system. Encrypted satellite communications ensure the CEO can authorize a billion-dollar wire transfer while actively taking fire. You don't buy this to run away. You buy this so your business operations don't experience a single minute of downtime. even during an assassination attempt. The attack is no longer a crisis. It is an inconvenience. Level 6, the Ghost Protocol. Because the absolute pinnacle of civilian armored transport isn't about absorbing bullets. It's about not being there when the bullets arrive. The vehicles are completely scrubbed from electronic tracking. They use localized EMP shielding and active electronic countermeasures to blind radar and intercept communications. Route planning is dictated by an AI that analyzes traffic camera blind spots and cellular dead zones. The billionaire at this level knows a glaring truth. If they can track you, eventually, they can kill you. If things get bad, you don't absorb the hit. You vanish from the grid entirely. The technology is the ultimate armor. Level 7, the final level. Sovereign armor. This isn't a vehicle. This is a rolling bunker with political immunity. Look at the beast, the U.S. presidential Cadillac. Built on a medium-duty truck chassis because the armor is so thick the doors weigh as much as a Boeing 757 cabin door. It stores the president's exact blood type in a refrigerated compartment. It has tear gas cannons, pump-action shotguns, and can survive a direct hit from a rocket-propelled grenade. At this level, you aren't hiding from an attacker. You are daring them to try. When a state builds this, they aren't preparing for a street gang. They are ensuring their leader survives a military-grade decapitation strike. Every other billionaire wants to buy this model, but you can't. It is strictly limited to people who control nuclear codes. Executive protection started as a way to keep a VIP safe from a random mugging. It became an industry for people who are actively hunted. And somewhere between the $200,000 factory sedan and the $15 million presidential bunker, the product stopped being the steal. The guy in the Mercedes sedan and the guy in the Decoy Convoy are both doing the same thing. They are buying control. One is buying 5 minutes of safety. The other is buying invincibility. Every other car market sells you speed or luxury. The armored market sells you the only resource you can't manufacture: tomorrow. The car was never the point. Who walks out of the wreckage is. If this was useful, subscribe. I break down how systems actually work, not how the media describes them. See you in the next one.